Hi, Brett. It's Tony Quant here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Tone. How's things?
Very well, thanks. Very well. All the best. Just wanted to get your opinion on how Fight Week at Bellator has been, obviously coming into a new promotion, and how it compares to some of your previous employers.
Yeah, to be honest, it's very similar to sort of like the UFC sort of setup. The production these guys put in behind the scenes is amazing. There's a lot of hard work going on. And all fairness, everybody's been so helpful, and to be honest, it's brilliant, and it's amazing to finally be here, and it's amazing to go through all these promotions. Every single promotion that I fight for, I'm truly grateful for stepping in their cages. But finally, we're finally with Bellator MMA, and all fairness, I'm stoked to be here. I'm so happy and so excited to show the world.
Thank you. Best skills for Friday.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, mate.
Max, go ahead.
Hi, Brett. I have two quick questions for you. So we can all agree you are a very talented fighter at 4-2 in UFC, and only 2 pro losses against Aljamain Sterling and Pedro Munoz. And you were very vocal to speak about the treatment you deserve. And do you feel you're getting it here in Bellator?
Yeah, look, this isn't, in my opinion, the level of competition in this promotion is huge. Like, everybody can look at my CV and see the people that I have fought. You name 2 fighters there, Pedro Munoz and Aljamain Sterling. The guys, the 2 of them are currently in the top 5 in the world. Just felt like at the time it wasn't the right time to fight them fighters. I feel like right now, mentally in a completely different place, that I feel like I'm happier now. And I think people said, well, what skills have you worked on? Obviously, I work on skills every day, but I've worked on my own personal life, being more happy in what I do. And back in 2018, when them fights took place, I remember going through that period of time, and it was more of a 9-to-5 job and not this passion that I love doing. So, having said that, though, we're making the crossover. Danny Sabatello, tough fighter, 10-1, a former Titan FC world champion such as myself. It's going to be stylistically, we're both very similar. It's going to be a good fight for sure.
And the second one for me, do you feel you might be setting the tone for many fighters on a problem that's been more present in everyone's mind recently as the treatment fighters get?
Yeah, look, to be honest, like I said, I've been treated very well here. There's no secret that I felt like I wasn't getting paid my worth with the UFC. But now being with Bellator, they agreed with me. I think it's easy to say, I won't get into detail, but people talk about negotiations. There wasn't really negotiations with Bellator. It was straight up, it was a straight handshake off the get-go. And I've been treated very well here. I feel like I'm getting supported by the promotion, and the promotion is going to get its support from me as well as a mixed martial artist underneath this banner. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm treated very well as a fighter. I haven't got any bad things to say about the company, and just excited now to deliver my bit to this promotion.
Santiago.
Hi, Brett. Greetings from Amsterdam, and thank you for the time. How did your camp go at Shore MMA, and was it easy for you to set up a camp in Wales with everything going on in the world right now?
Yeah, it's an amazing question. Obviously, as everybody knows, everywhere around the world right now can be quite different when it comes to rules. Back in the UK, when this initial lockdown took place, the first one last year, it was very difficult to work around. Then having the Fight Island fight, got through that, and then obviously in October signed with Bellator. Wanted to get a fight straight away in the November, because I was preparing for a fight previously anyway, and then all the situation with COVID come around. But the good thing with me is I always take sort of Christmas period off, but when I hit January, I've usually got a fight by March. So by the 4th of January, I started training for this, you can call it fight camp. These fighters who want to be up and comers in this game, you look at the team at Shore MMA, we don't really have camps. I say that so lightly. A camp is coming into training, doing 6 weeks, and then going off for 5 weeks. No, I'm in camp all year round. So in my mind, this has been 18 weeks. It's been an 18-week camp, and I'm training with super high level guys. I got the likes of people like Jack Shaw in the camp. I've got former world title contenders like Josh Reed in the camp. There's so many different fighters that I could name. But on top of that, I've got world-class coaches, and all them guys who have helped me get to this point right now. I'll be honest, it's been a long camp, and people could say I might have peaked early, I might have peaked late, but I personally feel like the way I'm feeling right now, I'm peaking at the right time for this fight. And well, you're gonna see it on Friday night on Showtime Sports or BBC iPlayer. You're gonna see it. So I just can't wait to show that.
Scott Coker teased that the Bantamweight Grand Prix could be next for Bellator. Is that an idea that would excite you because of the depth there is in the Bellator Bantamweight division?
Hey, look, $1 million sounds appealing to me. So I don't mind if they want to do it. Like Scott Coker, let's get it done. I get a win on Friday. You can chuck me straight in that tournament. I got no problem with putting my name down. I'd like to buy a few fast cars and enjoy myself. So yeah, put me in that tournament for sure.
Mike?
Hey, Brett, you kind of mentioned, now that you're happier with your personal life. And I'm just curious, and you just now answered your, kind of your camp and how you take time off. This is almost a year layoff, but as you previously answered, it's not a normal year off. So I'm just curious, what did you do during this time away that made you happier personally? And obviously you've mentioned Bellator, but how have you kind of brought this all together to prepare for Friday night?
So basically, we'll go back to 2018 after the Pedro Munoz fight. I had a bit of a bad loss. I lost against one of the best fighters in the world, but I did lose. I managed to take some time off after that because of injuries, and then got through to 2019, was trying to book fights, and then they didn't work out. And then I got injured again. So like that period from 2018 to 2019 was very, very tough, and it was difficult. I think I hit 2019 April. I was a stupid amount of weight over what I should be. And then got through the Tony Gravely fight. And then I decided to change camps up. So joining Shore MMA has kind of rekindled that fire with me, where I'm turning up to the gym. I'm laughing before I go on the mat. I'm laughing after I come off the mat. I have bad sessions. I have good sessions, but I'm always smiling going home. And I felt like I missed that in everyday life. I joined this sport because I love doing this sport. And, I back in the day where I used to sleep in the gym because I couldn't afford a bus fare home. All that isn't artificial. That's all legit things that actually did happen. And I stayed in that sport because I loved it. And I felt like back in 2018, the beginning of 2018, I lost that. It's very sad to say, really. But since joining a new team and a team of fighters who think similar to me, who train similar to me, who eat similar to me, who fight similar to me, it kind of rekindled that fire. So yeah, I'd say since joining up with SMMA and obviously doing my own thing with my own brand, where I want to open my own gym and be a coach as well with my brother, who has been a massive part in my life. He's been a huge part in my life. It's looking good, and I feel like a quote that one of my best friends and one of my training partners, Scott Pedersen, says. He says, "A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter." And right now, I'm pretty happy.
Jake?
You've just mentioned Scott there, Brett. I was just about to bring him up. Of course, you and Jack are certainly leading the way at SMMA. You're coming up to 9 years as a professional athlete. How nice is it for you now to be able to almost give back to these young guys that are now coming up through the ranks, the likes of Oban Elliott, the likes of Scott Pedersen, and be able to pour your knowledge off onto them?
Yeah, like I said this previously, I'm 29 years old, but I like to think I've got a veteran mindset on a pair of young shoulders. I still feel like I haven't really hit my prime yet. I have had 19 professional fights. This is number 20. And having these guys who I don't see them underneath me. I see them equal to me, these boys. They're amazing training partners to have, and they make the job for me that much more easier. Not just with training, but outside of training, the enjoyment we have with each other when it comes to going for something as small as going for a coffee is amazing. And you named two great guys there. You've obviously got Josh Reed, you got up and comers then. So you got two ends of the scales. You got like Josh Reed, who's fought for that Cage Warriors world title. You got Levi Bass, who's coming through the ranks as he's going to be a superstar. And obviously you got Jack Shaw, who is making some big waves in the UFC. But to give this knowledge back to them, I had nobody when I was growing up in the sport to kind of ask questions and try and sort them out. This has been done through me. And yeah, it's nice to give back. I want to open my own gym and give back to the community and give back to the fighters. And hopefully I can do my own team one day after my time with MMA is done.
It's very much a last minute change an opponent for you as well. I know some athletes train specifically for an opponent, others train more and concentrate on themselves and how they can develop and what they can do in a fight. How does this opponent change at such almost at the 11th hour affect you, or is that something that you're not too fussy about, and as long as you go in there and perform the way you know you can, you could be facing anyone?
Yeah, look, that's been obviously quite a common theme question the last like few days, you know. And to be honest, that yes, you could say I've taken this fight, but all fairness, Danny's taken this fight in 8 days' notice as well. But yeah, you're right though. There is a stylistically change up in opponents. You've got Mateus Matos, who's a Brazilian striker. Then you have Danny Sabatello, who's a good wrestler. Yes, he's got good stand up as well. But what I'm saying is he favors the wrestling game. Yeah, but then again, though, this training camp we've just done, it's not a specific game plan thing. We work on all skills. That's what we do. I have a team of coaches with me who work very hard on working on every single area. So, look, I said to Ashley, my brother, before coming out, I said, look, potentially we think of all plans. You know, we think of everything in our heads. We thought, what happens if Matos pulls out? And I actually said that if Pettis stepped in, we'd be ready and we'd be prepared. So I've got to eat my words now. And like I said, I'm prepared. I'm ready to go. And Danny Sabatello's next.
Tom?
Hey, Brett, Jochen Bauer. You'll always have the legacy of being the first Welshman you joined the UFC. As a fellow Welshman, it's great seeing you representing Wales and Welsh MMA on the world stage again. How are you feeling about your Bellator debut? And, you know, like I said, representing Welsh MMA once again.
Yn gyntaf, diolch yn fawr, diolch am yr cwestiynau. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, look, being a Welshman in this here in this promotion, obviously we got the likes of Liu Long. We've had previous fighters fighting for Bellator as well. And yeah, like I said, like, you know, it's an amazing time, and I feel like, you know, I am creating waves. I've created sort of that, you can call it a fighter's CV. But look, my plan of attack really is to get through this fight on Friday night, get a win, and then look forward to doing something else. You know, there's no secret what I want to do with the Bellator brand. And what I would like to do is, obviously, you know, we've had major promotions come to the British Isles. So we've had major promotions being fought in Belfast, being fought in Ireland, being fought in Scotland, being fought in England. But we've never had that major promotion in Wales. We have fighters to do the job. We're just waiting on that promotion to take that leap of faith for us guys. And I see that being the likes of myself, Liu Long, Bobby Pallet. You know, there's loads of different Welsh guys, and also guys who are around that area who would be able to fight for this promotion as well. But to be the guy to lead that way, and to be the guy to be the main character of that story, would be absolutely fantastic for me and the Welsh nation.
Diolch yn fawr, Brett. Cymru am byth. Best of luck.
Diolch yn fawr. Cymru am byth.
Harry?
Hey, Brett. Harry Mack from the Bookie's Basement. Hope you're doing well.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Good, thank you. So we touched on it earlier a little bit with you know, a possible Bantamweight Grand Prix coming up, but we've seen a lot of Bellator's Bantamweight division in action here over the last few weeks. So I just kind of wanted to know, you know, so far with what you've seen, how do you feel like you stack up? Yeah,
man, it's a stacked division. You know, obviously Pettis getting the nod a few weeks back was look, at the end of the day, I rate Juan Archuleta, I rate Sergio Pettis. My personal opinion of that fight was I thought that Juan was gonna take the nod, but he didn't. You know, it just shows the improvement and the level of Sergio and how he has improved in the mixed martial arts game, and as well as coming up as well. So you can see that Sergio is the guy with the target on his back now. There's a handful of fighters in this division though you got to watch out for, and you know, to name a few, you got Dorian Caldwell and Leandro Higo who are fighting on Friday night, as well as myself. A guy that I've been watching loads of and I enjoy watching and is a threat to this division, in my opinion, is Magomed Magomedov. That's potentially a fight that could happen down the line. But there's loads of different fighters. You know, I could be you're all night saying everybody's CV, but how I stack up with these guys, you know, I have fought the best guys in the world. You know, you can just go on Sherdog, go on any other sort of like ranking system, and you can see them rankings there. And to be honest, I'm happy to be here, and I feel like, you know, I'm definitely in that top 10 already. Just obviously on Friday night. Now I've just got to prove that I am.
Got it. Well, thank you very much. Best of luck Friday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mason.
Hey Brett, this is Mason from the Sports Sesh podcast. How you doing, man?
How things, Mason? You okay?
I can't complain, man. Obviously, before you signed with Bellator, I'm sure you had multiple offers from various promotions. What made Bellator stand out to yourself and to sign with them?
To be honest, there was no other offers, but it's what I asked for. I asked for Bellator. I think a lot of people were kind of, well, I think not a lot of people knew I was a free agent at that time, and literally, I think after emailing the UFC and them coming back with offer, I got in touch with my manager, Sucker Punch Entertainment, Brian Butler, and the guys there who have done a fantastic job, by the way. And I said if they could get in touch with Bellator, because I just saw me personally going with Bellator, the Bellator brand, because like I said before, I'd even become a professional. I was a huge supporter of this brand. Some of my favorite fighters back in the day, you know, I used to watch them fights, the Eddie Alvarez and Michael Chandler fight, Douglas Lima, Ben Saunders fights. Used to watch all these fights and be a big fan of the promotion. So I personally felt like, and I feel like I personally made that choice as well. You know, look, if this decision is a bad one, I fall flat on my face, I can live with that. You know, it was on me, but yeah, I'm chuffed to be here. I'm really excited to be here, and I think I'm a fitting person. I'm a fitting face for this promotion.